Hey, me again. This is something I've been wanting to make a video of for a long while. Trying to get through things that I've been thinking about, getting them out. I've talked to so many people in my past that have gone through this, queer people who came out later in life. I call it delayed adolescence syndrome. Um, this video is a call for awareness, compassion, and we need better education because this affects lots of queer people out there in the world that come out later in their life, in their 20s, 30s, and beyond. It's an experience of delayed adolescence that we were never allowed to have, like straight and cisgender peers. They spent their teenage years learning how to date, navigate relationships, and develop their emotional identities openly. Queer youth in rural communities and restrictive environments, we were forced to suppress that, hide it, and just simply survive and go through watching all of our friends experience things that we just weren't comfortable with, and we had no roadmap. We didn't have permission, and oftentimes felt very unsafe to go through what we knew we were feeling inside, but there was no way to do it because society keeps holding us down. And finally, when we get to adults and we know who we are and we become comfortable with ourselves, something profound and disorientating happens. Emotionally, we revert to like a 13-year-old. And suddenly we have to navigate first crushes and heartbreak and intimacy for the very first time, but we have to go through it without safety nets that teenagers have. No parents to guide us, no peers who've been through it, no cultural framework for that reflects our experience. And so without that foundation, many people that I've talked to, including myself, go through cycles of making poor decisions, unhealthy patterns, repeated heartbreak, not from weakness, not from poor character, but simply because we're learning it for the first time, and we were never taught really what appropriate age to go through it. And so this is not an individual failure, it's a direct consequence of systemic exclusion. If queer youth people had access to inclusive, affirming education during junior high and high school, spaces where we could just simply be ourselves, and then we could learn healthy relationship skills, and see our identities reflected and respected. Countless adults who come out later in life, I'm sure, beyond all the people that I've talked to in my own personal experience, would be spared years of confusion and pain and self-doubt and hours of therapy. This is a real lived experience, and I hope that people who are listening to this can understand where this is coming from. And it's directly related to some of the political things that are happening now in our communities, and we need to just be better. We can be better. Queer people, we deserve the same rights, and we to be understood and taken seriously, and we can do better as a society, and we must do better. as a society. And anyway, I hope this helps somebody perhaps find a new perspective. Maybe um, when I was younger, I used to call it the 13-year-old girl experience. That's kind of how so many of my friends framed it. But I think really um, it's better framed as a delayed adolescence uh, for many of us. And anyway, I hope y'all having a great day. Love you.